game one of the 3-game road trip for our Raps, and then they come home for one, and they're away for more. It's a wild stretch that they're on. But either way, game one of the 3-game road trip started tonight in Charlotte against the Hornets, and we got to see All-Star snub Pascal go up against All-Star reserve LaMelo Ball. Obviously, Kevin Durant not going, so the NBA decided to go with LaMelo, and I'm thinking to myself, right, as a player and whatnot, obviously Pascal, I'm a biased Raptor fan, of course, but the way he's been playing over the last few months is just off the charts, so he should be going, in my opinion. But think about it, Raptor fans, right? Think about it like, okay, you're the NBA, you're not a biased fan. Put it in perspective. Who's the more flashy guy and the more people want to see? Well, of course you want to see LaMelo, the guy that's all over the place, all over social media, this and that. I mean, House of Highlights is House of LaMelo, they always call it, right? So it's just, it made sense in that sense. But if I'm talking about the better player, well, Pascal Siakam, and he showed that tonight. LaMelo didn't have a great game. Pascal, 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Not a big deal. Either way, I don't care. Raptors win this one 116-101 against the Charlotte Hornets in Charlotte. A jam-packed arena. It definitely wasn't. But either way, the Raptors have won 6 consecutive games. They are now 29-23 on the season. And if I'm not mistaken, with this win, do they officially jump the Nets for the 6th seed in the East? This is a wild stretch. I don't think many people saw this coming, especially after that really, after the big win streak to start the season, then they really tailed off. I kept seeing comments about tanking. Well, now this team can't stop winning, and even when they don't play their best, like tonight, they found a way to beat a team by 15. And I think we're really starting to see what this team is capable of time and time again. And it's shooting the 3. I mean, if they can shoot the 3 at a consistent clip, you add that with the active defense, and if you can start free throw shooting the ball, man, much better, they can be just fine. But let's break down this game, because there's a lot to get to. First quarter, the Raptors come out guns a-blazing, right? And the story about this game was they can't play defense to save their life, but they can score at will. So the question is, can you contain them enough? You're going to get your looks, but can you contain them enough? Well, in that first quarter, the Raptors did both. They scored a ton, they contained a ton, and they won that quarter by 14, 35-21. It was flying on all cylinders in that quarter. It was great. And at one point in the second quarter, Raptors had a 23-point lead. They're feeling great. It looks like this might be a blowout. But then you think to yourself, wait. Their offense is like second in the NBA or up near that. They're going to make a run. And at the end of the second quarter, they get it down to 15. Yeah, the Raptors did win that quarter by 1, and they're up by 15 at halftime. But you were up by 23. You're up by 23 at one point, and it's down to 15. You feel like momentum shifted a bit. How are you going to come out there in the third quarter? Well, they come out in the third with the punch. And they get it at one point. I believe it was down to 3, and it's like, okay, it's a whole new ball game now. And going into the fourth quarter, you're only up by 5. You lose that quarter 34-24. So there's that big offensive splash you were expecting from the Hornets. But the question is, how are you going to close this game? It's not about the biggest run. It's not about who has the biggest lead. It's about when you make the timely punch. And the Raptors, who I swear have been in these types of games all year long, no matter who they're playing, they made that punch in that fourth quarter. They came out there after that abysmal third and hanging on for dear life, it looked like. And they go out there in the fourth and they take control. Defensively, they were so active, contesting shots, getting in the passing lanes, obviously. OG, I know one was a steal leading to a dunk that pretty much iced the game late. There were so many key shots made as well. This team played an incredible fourth quarter. They dropped 36 in the quarter. They only allowed 26. You're plus 10 in the fourth. I'm spitting all over the place. I'm too jacked up. And you win it 116-105. The Raptors outscore the Hornets in the first and fourth quarter by 24. But you were outscoring the second and third by 9. There's the differential. That's why it was so tight in the middle frames. But on the road, when you did not have your A stuff, and you won by 15 against a team that's right now in the play-in spot. Now, they are falling pretty quick, but either way, they're there right now. So, an incredible job for the Raptors to find a way to grind this one out. And on to the next one. Now, let's get into the player stats here real quick. As I mentioned earlier, Pascal Siakam, 2 boards away from the triple-double, 24 points, 11 boards, 8 assists, 10 of 15. Man, the guy is absolute money right now. 2 of 5 from the line. That was a team-wide issue in this game. But he was also 2 of 4 from three-point range and 1 3. I believe it was like a short clock situation. No, Melo tipped the ball away from Pascal. It basically goes all the way down the other side of the court. He picks it up, and in a short clock situation, he just kind of steps into the 3, right? Dribble, steps into it, and he drills the shot over LaMelo. Incredible job from Pascal, and just a great game yet again. After being named Eastern Conference Player of the Week, well-deserved, may I add, he drops you this piece tonight. So a great job from Pascal. Scotty Barnes, as much as 15, 8, and 3 on 4 of 9 shooting, 6 of 7 from the line, and 1 and 2 from 3. Looks great. And I love Scotty. I would say some of that's in garbage time. You know, I checked later in the game and he was at like 8, 8 and something or other. It wasn't pretty, right? But hey, 15, 8, and 3, got to go out there and do a job, and he did. Gary Trent Jr., oh baby, this guy was good, man. He was ice again. 24 points, 3 boards, couple dimes, 8 of 16 shooting, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Gives you 4 of 9 from three-point range. And oh yeah, 2 steals and a block for Gary Trent Jr. Fantastic job for him, and the evolution of Gary Trent Jr. is absolutely continuing on a night-in, night-out basis, and it's just beautiful to watch. It is beautiful to watch. OG Anunoby didn't quite have his shot early in the game, but found it late and made some big-time buckets late in this one. 20 points, 9 boards, couple dimes on 8 of 18 shooting. 2 of 4 from the free throw line, was 2 of 7 from 3, but knocked down some big shots. And he had 3 steals in the game, and OG was plus 16 while he was on the floor, all right? Fred VanVleet, court general, just doing his thing. 20 points, 5 boards, 5 dimes, 7 of 14 shooting, nice 50% mark there, and 6 of 11 from 3. He was just feeling it tonight. And the great thing about what Fred was doing today, he wasn't really, I wouldn't even really say he was a focal point of the offense. He just didn't feel like it. And he went 25 and 5 and shots 50% from the field and over 50% from 3 and had a steal and a denial. Like, it's just incredible. Freddie All-Star for a reason, baby. He should be there with his boy Pascal, but hey, it is what it is. Now let's get to Boucher. Because as you guys know, if you've listened to me over the last little while or the last couple of years or so, you know my take on Boucher is that he makes you want to pull your hair out half the time. But then when he does some great stuff, you're like, it's there. He can do it. But I think what we're seeing now from Chris Boucher, he has bought into his role. You know, he's not the guy that's going to come off the bench and catch and shoot threes all the time. No. That's not what Boucher is now. Boucher is the guy coming off the bench and giving you energy. And that's, yet again tonight, he was spectacular. Do you see the defense he was playing on Plumlee? The way he was battling the glass with Plumlee? That guy's got about, it looks, it's obviously not the case. Could be like 80 pounds on the guy. But he's battling. He had 8.6 boards and, not flashy. 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and a steal and 2 blocks. But the guy was a plus 23 while he was on the floor. It tells you it shows you the impact that he made in tonight's basketball game. Boucher has been a revelation off the bench. He's bought into his role. The question is, the question has never been is the ability there for Boucher. It's a consistency factor. How many times have we seen Boucher go off for like 20 and 10 for like 4 straight? And we're like, whoa, this guy's incredible. Then he can't make a shot to save his life for 2 weeks. And we're like, what the hell happened? Right? But the energy side of things, if you could keep that up in the way he has been over the last, month or so, it feels like. Maybe a little bit less than that right now, but he's been absolutely spectacular. So a great job yet again from Chris Boucher in this one. Now, team stats. Raptors shot 49% from the field, and yet again over 40% from three, 43 from beyond the arc. So a great job from the Raptors there. 66% from the line. I don't know how many times I'm going to pull my hair out watching this team shoot free throws. In the fourth quarter, where you're trying to build that lead up, at one point they were 1 for 5 from the line, and I'm like, oh my God, please just pick a damn free throw. Like, they were struggling mightily. You know, you look at the Charlotte side of things, 41% from the field, 22% from three, and 88% from the line. This is a top-tier offense. Now, yes, did they miss some wide-open shots at times? Absolutely. But you cannot sit here and tell me the Raptors did not dig in defensively for the majority of this game and lock that team down. You allowed 101 to one of the best offenses in basketball. I don't care about the defense. I don't care about the record. Strictly offense. The Raptors did a job tonight, so a fantastic job from them. Now, quick team stats, plus 13 on the glass for the Raptors, plus 5 on the offensive glass. And points in the paint, they were minus 10, minus 5 in the turnovers category, which is weird. 18 turnovers for the Raptors, which is quite odd. You know, and minus 5 in that category, but you were only minus 3 in the points off of those turnovers. So they really didn't make you pay for those extra opportunities. So you're okay in that sense, but you cannot allow that to happen too much. Like I mentioned earlier, they didn't play their greatest game, but you found a way to win. They were also plus 7 in the fast break with the Toronto Raptors. Now, moving on to the next one, and Raptor fans, I know before the All-Star break, we know what the schedule looks like, and we know it doesn't, you know, I mean, if you guys look at the schedule since the All-Star break, you kind of know where I'm leaning here, but I'm not going to say anything because we all know what we're thinking. One game at a time. That's all we can do. The next one for the Toronto Raptors is on Wednesday night in OKC. All right, it's an 8 p.m. tip-off there. Raptors game 2 of the 3-game road swing. So, hey, what can you do in OKC? That team, we can all agree, is not the greatest squad out there, but you cannot play down to your opponent. The Raptors got to go out there with the same intensity they have over the last 6 games and be ready to play on Wednesday night. Come out flying like you did tonight and lay a beat down on the team that you should beat. I don't care how you do it. Get a W. Keep that win streak alive. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the game this evening because 6 straight dubs. Pascal dominating. Gary Trent draining threes. Watching LaMelo not do well, and yet he got named to the All-Star team. Isn't that just beautiful to watch, though? Smack the like button if you guys enjoyed the one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors. Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me a DM, all that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below. If you guys have not followed there, go do so. The links are down below, right down there. And I will talk to you guys, here we go, Leafs Nation very shortly as they won 4-3 in overtime, but at what cost? We'll get to that shortly. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they take on the Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. tip-off there. Look at us keep the streak alive, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.